Yo, it's your boy Logos, and I think this video will be another example of just because something looks good doesn't mean it's necessarily good for you. Also, just because somebody says something confidently, try to sound convincing, and they say it very loud while trying to, come out very overconfident about it, doesn't mean they're actually making sense. Doesn't mean they're actually speaking any truth. Just because they say my truth doesn't mean it's actually the truth. This whole my truth stuff is nothing more than grown people taking their opinions and trying to make it as fact. And it's even worse when people try to act so, above others that disagree with them. I think it's very childish when people say, I said what I said, period, poo, and is, all this other, ridiculous social media, high school banter that is nothing more than people throwing a mental temper tantrum because people disagree with them. You saying I don't care about what your opinion is, the facts, another perspective, I said what I said, isn't you standing on anything besides your own ignorance and stupidity. That's how I see it. Don't really care how people feel about it. It is what it is. If a woman says you made 50K and you're too broke to date, I wouldn't even be upset. Honestly, I would be appreciative because I don't have to waste time to see how stupid you are. You went up out the gates and let me know. And I could just respond with, okay, you're clearly too ignorant to marry. You're clearly too ignorant to be the mother of my children and share DNA and pass on your genes to the next generation. It's that easy. But you're good for a night. You're good for sex. But your mind and your mindset is not worth dealing with. And at the end of the day, just because you look good, just because you can have sex really good, doesn't mean I want to deal with you for the other 23, 22 hours of the day or all the other hours of the week, not deal with your mouth, your mind, your personality. So much as you might come off like this, 10, this overconfident or extremely confident 10 that don't take no BS, doesn't mean people want to take your BS either. But let's get into it. Maybe I'm wrong about this. I ain't perfect. I don't know it all. I ain't even react to it yet. So let's start.
Okay, so talk about, because we do have male listeners as well.
Right.
So talk about what dating would look like for, a guy who's maybe making just like $100,000 a year, and he's a high value man in every aspect of it. He's a
Making just
100,000 a year.
Just.
I already know where this is going.
Yeah.
I already know where this is going. I done fucked up.
Yep. And here's the thing too. People gave Kevin Samuels a lot of shit. But one thing he did perfectly clear was illustrate how a lot of these women with these type of mindsets, not every woman of course, but with these type of mindsets, doesn't have any idea how much money 100K, 200K, etc., really is. They just know that's a big number. Not everybody gets that, and it sounds good. So I'm gonna go with it. 6 figures, people say that all the time. So if I say 6 figures, they already know what I mean. Once again, it's just like a word salad. There's nothing really there of substance. It's just a lot of bullshit put together that they think sound good. And they think sound smart. 100K, just 100K, anybody could do that. Come on. And it makes sense that if you think 100K is so little or not that much, that you think 50K isn't enough to date. It's ridiculous. And another thing I need to mention too, it's crazy how some of these women with these type of mindsets want the men of their generation, of their age range, to date them once they do become successful and make good money. But you didn't want to date them when they was broke or working their way up. It's crazy. But then when they get successful at like 35, 40, and they want to date somebody that's 25, 26, you're angry. You're upset because it's weird to you. It makes you uncomfortable because they're dating a younger woman. Like, but you're a hypocrite. You're stupid. When you was 18, 20, you was dating older men for the sake of their money, for the sake of their freedom, in terms of having a place to stay, etc., etc. So if you ask me, any guy that gives shit about dating a younger woman that's like 26, 25, and you're like 30 or 40, fuck any woman that got an issue with that. Their opinion really doesn't matter. It truly doesn't, and they're hypocrites.
I clicked this video because someone suggested it, but as soon as I heard just 100,000 a year, you know what I know where this is going?
Where's that going?
Ladusional.
Yeah.
Ladusional land. Right up there in Louisiana.
You said that shit. You said that.
Louisiana delusional.
You said that shit like it was the name of someone.
We use different words now. I don't say delusional. I say delusional or delulu. Delulu or delusional. Okay.
Good guy, but maybe he doesn't have the income to be, giving $10,000 to a woman to, invest in her business.
Absolutely.
So what does dating look like for like the average? $100,000 is not even the average person. Let's
Let's keep it.
So
real.
let's.
I don't know. I'm just, when she said her guy can invest 10K into her business, of course not every guy can do that. But I'm just saying about the people that talk about being, a boss chick, a CEO, all this other stuff, but they can't date a man unless he invests into their business or their business idea. How you a bad boss bitch if you need a man to come in and invest into your business? And if he does invest, you better fucking let everybody know he invested into this shit to make it possible. That doesn't mean your ideas or your designs are shit or don't matter. Don't try to act like you just did it all by yourself. You didn't.
Let's keep it real. For the average person who is making $50,000, that's a good person. What does dating look like for them?
So if you're making $50,000, don't date.
Ooh.
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Jesus.
Listen, if you ain't got an IQ over 100, you're not ready to podcast.
Exactly. And I wonder if she has an issue with, the male podcasts. And I made it clear in other videos, I don't support, I don't even watch most podcasts. But even still, it's kind of funny how much I hear people talk about male podcasts and the red pill, just in general, making assumptions about everybody that listen or make content about it. But then at the same time, you say stupid shit like this, and it's perfectly fine. It's just always fun to me how there's an issue with men, create these same version of these podcasts, but women do the same thing, and they just, silence. Once again, just more bullshit yapping, more crying. Don't take it seriously. Laugh at them, ignore them, use it for content. That's what they're good for, at best.
There needs to be a permit for these podcasts.
You're not ready to date. And you're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs.
Okay.
You can go for 22 walks in the park, but eventually, shorty is going to need a sip of something. She's going to be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe. And now you got expendable cash.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not saying you gotta pay to play to be with a woman. I'm simply saying courtship costs.
Right.
It is not free to date.
I'm not saying. But I'm saying.
Exactly.
Guys, Russia says, "Oh, I'm not saying my name is Ledusional, but my name is Ledusional," and she has left you confused.
Jesus Christ.
But it's because you're not understanding what's been understood.
So it's my problem.
It is always the man's fault.
Okay.
Yes. It is a man's world. You pay the bills. You understand? You understand?
Say that again.
They carry the babies. You pay the bills.
All right.
Even when they don't have children, you pay the bills.
Right.
You understand? When she has a job, she makes more money than you pay the bills.
Right.
When she has a job and you are unemployed, you pay the bills.
Jesus.
You understand? This is a man's world. You pay the bills.
Like some of us can't even take our homegirl out and it's free.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You peeling off a little check for shorty's drink. So it's like, why do we expect anything else of women with a man? Like, fellas, if you're broke, don't date. You're not ready to date yet. Or get you
50,000 is not broke, but okay.
You're not ready to date yet. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money.
That's what I was about.
Just because a woman isn't primarily worried about your wallet and how much money you have right now in this current situation that you're in, that makes her bottom the barrel. Come on. This is flat out ridiculous. Whatever happened to, two people staying together and building up a life together? Just because you don't walk out the gate at 25 years old, 28 years old, 30 years old as a man and making six figures doesn't mean you're shit and you deserve bottom of the barrel type of people. Or a woman. Like, come on, this is ridiculous. Oh God. Like this, the equivalent for men in this situation, I'm just gonna get to the shit. The equivalent for men in this case is like, looks, rate. So are you going to start telling, well, if men start telling women, if you don't look like, I don't know, at least a 5 or a 6 out of 10, or if you don't weigh at least like, you know, within a reasonable BMI range, don't even try to date. Focus on getting in shape. How would that, especially that big ass woman, feel about that? Like, really, this is so stupid. But when men pull out their equivalencies or start playing the same game that she's talking about playing, they'll start hooting and crying. They'll start hooting and hollering about sexism, fat phobia, taking me as I am. I remember hearing that bullshit so much. What was that show or that song? I think it might have been by Fantasia, maybe Keisha Cole, one of these like black women artists, and it was, she talking about like take me as I am and all this other stuff. Like, I just think it's so crazy how much they want women with this type of mindset want men to take them as they am, overweight, bad personality, argumentative, uncooperative, angry, bitter, and just don't care about that stuff. We supposed to just take you as you are, but then you're too broke to date, making $50K a year. Like, that's crazy. $50K, from my understanding, is above average for the average, I think, yeah, the average person in general. So she really has no idea what she's talking about. But once again, if you're loud and stupid but don't know it, you can say what the hell you want.
A bottom of the barrel bitch.
My girl, you are come on the set looking like Shrek, and you have called someone else bottom of the barrel. You are the protagonist of a Pixar movie, and you are calling someone else bottom of the barrel. You are just missing a donkey, and you can sign your own movie.
Mike Wazowski.
My friends, your skin with the makeup looks green.
You crazy.
You are a funny one, and you are saying someone else bottom of the barrel. Ma'am, you are not even the bottom of the barrel. You are underneath it. You are not even worth the conversation, and you are saying the poor people need to shut their mouths.
Why are you calling someone not even the bottom of the barrel? Why are you calling someone the barrel? She's just expressing her opinion.
Huh? She's basically saying that people who marry and don't really consider the money of the person and they're willing to struggle with them are bottom of the barrel.
Yep.
I'm not going to let somebody slander other people who are really making it, trying to work despite the financial situation not being the best, willing to save, penny pinch, and do whatever and struggle together. See, this problem with this shit is this. She want to make it with you when you already made it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they trying to show up after the finish line and hand you your flowers, not recognize I needed somebody to hand me a water bottle while I was running the marathon. You understand me? That's why this shit's actually super foul. And not only that, they laughing. They're mocking the people.
Exactly.
With their partners handing them the water bottles while they run it.
Exactly.
Yo, get your whole trash ass out of here. When I have a problem with this, it's not even the money discussion, this and that. They're denigrating people who want to struggle together because they love each other. That's what I don't like.
Exactly. Jeff Bezos, he didn't just walk out making, I don't know, billions and billions of dollars at age 30 or 25. There's photos of him in that small store when Amazon was first building up, and he was there. I think it was like a late night photo, and he was there working. Like, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. This is ridiculous. But any type of person with this mindset, you can make an argument that she's just saying this nonsense because it's a podcast, it's inflammatory, it'll get clicks, it got attention, that's exactly what it got. But even still, there are legitimate women that think like her. Not all of them, but there is a portion that do. And they act on these decisions and these mindsets, and dumbass podcasts like her and her opinions only reinforce it. So even if you want to say, oh, she's just baiting you, it still doesn't matter, because these arguments and these rebuttals still hold true to a lot of people that do, I don't know, think like her, move like her, and I expect other people to do the same. Expect the man to fall within these guidelines. That makes no sense. And a lot of these women, I willing to bet she was one of them, just because the stuff that she says and the way she looks too, I'm just being honest, that she had an issue with Kevin Samuels. And Kevin Samuels talked about stuff like this. And people try to make it out to be he hating women, he hate black women, he's gay. But at the end of the day, it was blatantly obvious, at least to me, because I at least have a few brain cells, that he was just trying to get people to, come back to reality. Try to see sense in this dating market. Like, you need to be together. Marriage is so low. 2-parent households are so low. That's a root of a lot of issues within the black community. That was a lot of the points of, I don't know, his talks, his monologues. here's the thing too. People didn't really take the time to actually listen to his monologues, but me personally, that was his best part. I like that more than I liked him having people on and going back and forth with them. Of course, that was entertaining. That was funny. I love a good debate, but just seeing him or listen to him talk about certain things and the nuances of it that you didn't think about before, I appreciate that more. So I like the monologues and stuff like this is where he will talk about. People don't think about it. People don't care about it because they see clips on TikTok of him going back and forth or insulting somebody and take that as face value and think that's him with everybody in every situation. That wasn't the case. For the vast majority, that wasn't the case. But people are lazy. People are stupid. And they want to paint a picture because it enables their values, it enables their behaviors, it enables their morals. It's stupid, but not remotely surprising.
There's plenty of women who are willing to work it out with a man. He's got potential. If he's working through stuff, he's good. He got long-term goals. He's got good skills for like financial savings, and they're denigrating these people, calling them bottom of the barrel.
Yep.
See, you want to make your choice and go after high-value men? Go live your best life. I don't have a problem with that. Don't mock poor people. Don't mock people who are middle class. Don't make them out to be bottom of the barrel or least desirable. Have you looked at yourself? Have you heard yourself speak? 90% of men who just listened to you said you're garbage.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. And you know what the funny thing is?
I'm not mad. I am just passionate.
You know what the funny...
As the red pill men say.
Yeah.
Men don't get angry. We just express ourselves in a way that's loud and aggressive.
It makes me think of high school. A lot of people in high school, a lot of girls in high school had that mentality. They go for the guy that's obviously gonna hurt you, or the guy that's... You go for these standards that are like futile and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's okay that you go for that, but you bash the other corny niggas.
Exactly.
Or the corny dude. The guy that's gonna be secure and got your back, that's gonna get your back, you're gonna bash that dude. And then later out you come to find out, oh my God, I can't believe then you were so good when but that time is gone and it's too late now. You know what I mean? Eventually you're gonna wake up and because of that behavior, people are not going to want you. You're going to chase something that's really not attainable. Everybody wants that thing. It's not really going to be attainable. And when it's going to time for you to, when you're going to realize it's going to be a bit too late. I don't really like breakfast, no matter what. I actually eat my cereal like a toddler. Yeah, I just dip it in the box while watching TV. Sorry, you couldn't hear that.
Now I'm gonna just go ahead and skip this. Clearly, mostly everybody else did too. So let's go ahead and do that.
Fellas, if you're broke, don't date. You're not ready to date yet. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money.
That's what I was about
You
to
understand?
ask.
If she doesn't want anything financially from you, if she doesn't have that expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts because eventually you're gonna wanna run because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't make you the man that you need to become in order to thrive in this world.
Right.
She doesn't set expectations for you. She allows you to be this stagnant dude in the same jeans for 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Same jeans is wild. You be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying.
me. You be cutting
I'm
up.
cut up cocaine.
That's look.
You still got it. I don't know about y'all, but I've dated dealers in my past, and that's cute and everything when you're in your 20s.
Yeah,
I'm 35 years old.
Right.
I am not dating no damn dealer. Don't know who's gonna run up in my door. Don't know what's gonna happen in the streets when we out together. You can't protect me. It doesn't matter how much protection you have on you.
Yeah.
You can't protect me if that's what you're doing and that's your motive and that's how you get your money.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I don't really know many rich drug dealers because they live that life. They're spending it. As fast as it's coming, they're spending it. And so you might come up on a little come up and a man that's like, hey baby, here's 20 bands. And if you're smart with it, you'll go do with it what you know you need to do.
Right.
But when you're with a hustler, you don't.
Because the money keeps rolling in.
You're trying to keep up with the Joneses. He
Yeah.
take you out. His homies all got girls in Chanel and Balenciagas and whatever. And you like, damn.
Is that what you got? Is that what you got right now? You got a rich dude? Hold on. You got a rich... Is that what you got right now? A rich dude that is doing all that? Do you? I highly doubt it.
Maybe it's true.
Or
Maybe she does. Maybe she
you
does.
do.
There's no sense in speculating. I just don't like the generation of people who get on these podcasts and brag about the fact that they're wearing crazy designer brands. Like that's the first thing they be bragging about when they got their partner.
That's not smart.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't get it. we have this, I don't know, this idea or this issue. That's a bigger problem. Oh, that's a better word to say. We have this problem within the black community where we need to spend money on highly expensive items, whether it's clothing, shoes, anything, golds, anything like that, jewelry, to have this persona growth and to make sure that other people in your circle, your friend group, see you have money instead of, actually spending on actual things that, make sense, like investments. Or if you spend on clothing and stuff, it has good value. Not because it just costs a lot, not because you can afford it one time, but because it's going to last a long time. It's high quality. You don't have to worry about getting, ripped up, torn up, worn out within, a year or so of buying it. That's what truly matters. We really have this weird, relationship with money within the black community when it comes to the stuff that we invest our money into. And it's more so frivolous stuff. Just blame consumerism over stuff that really don't matter.
It is so unbelievably cringe that you guys derive such pleasure and joy from wearing these brands that look down on black people, generally speaking. To
exactly,
don't even really want you guys in a lot of their advertisement, and you guys are proudly wearing this shit as if it makes you guys superior or better.
And then they talk about being pro-black and black community this, black community that, reparations, all this other blackity black stuff, where they talk about all this extremist type stuff, but then the symbol of wealth is these brands or these companies that don't give a fuck about black people, are not ran by black people. And I'm not one to typically care about who's the color of the skin of the people that run these businesses, but for these people that care so much about race and care so much about the community and all this other stuff, but they spend so much time shitting on the community, so much money I have more than you, when the reason you have all that money is because the people in the community. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. I don't know how big the channel or podcast is, but I'm willing to bet a lot of money that most of her followers or listeners are within that 50K and under range. I'm willing to bet most of them don't make six figures. So even if she's trying to play up to her fans, I highly doubt her fans fit within that demographic. Plus, it don't make no sense either way. I don't care if her fans were within that percentile.
It is disgusting. It is that form of capitalism where folks obsess over Versace and shit like that. That is exactly the thing that tells me that I don't want certain kinds of people in my life. Exactly. If my friends is like, man, you got Gucci, you loser. And if I ever met a girl and she was talking that shit, I would already know she's got lacking values if she's obsessed with designer brands. It's fine if you own the shit. If you have a deep obsession or you judge people's value based off what kind of designer brand they have, I already know
it's not
your whole shit is out of whack to me. Mm-hmm. She really here bragging about all, damn. But hey, some people live in a different world. They out here really bragging about the fact that they buy their girl designer shit. Absolute cringe bunch of munches.
And you damn, I need to go get that. And so you go take your little money and you go shopping to make you a little boomerang. Mm-hmm. And now your bank account is suffering until he gives you another chunk.
Right.
You don't know how long that's going to be, how long that's going to last.
That's true.
I swear, look, I don't care if anybody gets upset. How can you call yourself a strong, independent woman and then you worry about him giving you money so you can go and, make it work, whatever bullshit you try to put a spin on at the end? It's just so ridiculous to me. You want me to take your opinion seriously, but then you talking about the reason why I need a man like this is so you can give me an allowance like I'm his teenage daughter. So I can go spending on bullshit. Oh my God. It's so stupid. She's really stupid. And it's just crazy how the two most beautiful black women on that panel, the group of three, are not, I don't know if they agree with her, but they're at least not, gung-ho on the shit that she's saying, the way she is. It's just also pretty insane to me.
You said that out loud and you really thought you said something. And you got two other girls backing you up saying, that's true.
It's because
Is it?
I think they would do it.
Okay.
They live in their bubble.
Yeah, we don't live in the same lifestyle. And it's okay. If you guys are happy with that, then that's cool. You do you. I think it's hella stupid, but
are they happy with it? Ask the ladies how dating in Atlanta is. Ask the ladies how dating in Atlanta is. If they happy with it. Ask them how it is.
Because of what? The guys are not good, or because it's how but everybody's gay?
just ask him how it is.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
I'll say this. You guys would be much more likely to lead happier lives and to find love and to find actual fulfillment in life, spiritually, physically, mentally, if you guys value things other than Balenciaga and fucking Versace.
Tell you what to
Actually,
exactly. And okay, so maybe there was like saying stuff, but I don't think they would have the balls to actually go hard against anything that she said. So if they do actually agree with the stuff that she said, then yeah, they're stupid too. I just think it's just pretty crazy, but not really that crazy, not that surprising either. How the least attractive of the three is saying all this stupid, wild ass shit. I don't know, just kind of crazy. But also, if buying all this expensive brand name, frivolous bullshit items like purses and Balenciaga and shoes and all this stuff, it's such a, I don't know, such a marker of status or a indicator of value. Why do you need to keep getting it over and over again? If it's really fulfilling, why do you need a constant, allowance to buy the same bullshit over and over again? I don't see how you're fulfilled. If you're fulfilled by having all this money and spending all these items that you think determine your value, then why you even need a man to begin with? I think it's just pretty stupid. When you really look at their actions, you could tell they really don't believe the stuff they're saying. They just say it because maybe for clicks, views, anything. And if they do believe it, they really are dumber than I originally expected. A lot more stupider than I originally expected. Boy, oh boy. But honestly, man, this is a good thing. We should be grateful. Because you don't have to waste your time with a woman like this. You don't have to waste your time with a person that thinks like this. Any guy that remotely found her attractive or wanted to talk to her, interested in her if she was single, all that stuff goes out the window. Because why would I waste my time with that? It's ridiculous. And it's better to find out immediately than, 2 months or 2 dates into, dating each other and seeing the bullshit that she says or the bullshit that she believes in. At least you're not wasting your time. So that's a good thing about this type of content nowadays. Anybody that agrees or goes along with anything so ridiculous that makes no sense, at least you can see it up front early on, especially if they can't defend it. Like I've had people had an issue with me, like in Kevin Samuels, and I am more than comfortable having that conversation, explaining why and why anything they may think or believe or any stereotype to label, for the most part, I don't agree with. And I'm fine with explaining why, because I have actual reason. I've seen this content. I didn't just see clips. I've seen full live streams, monologues, debates. So it's not just me talking on my ass. And because I hate women or any of this other stuff. It's because some stuff he says make logical sense, just like other people. Most people don't do that. They just form an opinion because they're upset. And you being upset doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean people change the way they think. Doesn't mean people should stop saying what they believe in. You're just upset. Who cares?
Degenerate people.
I'm not gonna tell you what to value or not. If that's your thing, that's your thing. And if you're truly happy, then do you, boo boo. And yeah, it is what I'm not gonna be the one trying to convince you. I'm not.
If you need a brand to be truly happy, you're not happy.
You're not.
You're not happy. Well, if you need a Versace label to be able to feel content in life, you're not happy.
And you're never gonna be happy.
No.
Especially buying over again.
It's fine because that bag is gonna be out of fashion. That car is not gonna be a car of the year no more. That year is gonna pass. Them shoes are gonna worn out. That if that's what you need, and mind you, it's cool to have nice things. I'm not saying no, but if that's what you set your life on, and that I'm not gonna be the one to argue.
Imagine being in a relationship and because your friends put their girls in Versace, you feel the need to put your girl in Versace. Like, exactly. What kind of follower, loserist mentality is that?
Exactly.
It's not about the union between you and your partner. It's like, oh, my friends did this for their girl. I gotta do that for my girl too.
Exactly.
I
just change up your whole plans, your financial goals, your comfortability, just for the sake of having people believe that you can afford these items. At what point in that thought process does it make sense? It doesn't. And I don't care how much you cry, scream, or try to defend it, it doesn't. You can come up with any type of, baseless type of, defense or insult to try to put the blame on somebody else instead of yourself, that doesn't matter either. It's just flat out stupid. It's that plain. It's that simple. And you're very superficial. But once again, a red flag, just run away. Don't even bother like fucking, because if that percentage happened where the condom break or somehow she still get pregnant, you have to deal with that dumbass mindset for the rest of your life, because that kid's gonna be there. You can't cut her out without going to prison anyway. So you're stuck.
These people. That's a social media mentality. Well, you really just see what you see, and you don't see the inside of it. You don't see of what's going on in that relationship. You don't see how it is or whatever, whatnot. So, I mean, yeah, it's a social media. It's what you see on the front, and you're like, I want a man like that. Let's just focus on you. But it is what.
And you notice all of these women, the way they talk, they all want to come on and basically come up off the come up of a man. So he's already made money. I need him to help me invest.
Yeah.
Why? Not because they want to be really good at investing by themselves. They want a dude to be able to teach them. Like, a lot of what they do is they bring their body and their looks. And then they want you to upgrade their personality and their skill set. They don't want to figure that shit out themselves. They want a dude to basically be the high value man, quote unquote, look down on you and be like, oh, come on up. That's what they want. That's loser shit. That's loser shit. As an individual, you're a loser to me. If you constantly need a partner who's going to be substantially better than you, then what does that say about your partner having to constantly look down to bring you up? If we're using the dichotomy of like, all right, because they're treating it as transactional. For them, it's transactional. So they're expecting their partner to be a loser and to choose somebody who's poor, who's this, who's that. It's like, why doesn't he just choose somebody around his level so he can grow his wealth and do all this other shit? No, he had to bring you up.
Or someone that's going to be lower. That's going to be looked down on, but that's going to shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
If you're at that position where you're not at the same level as him, if you want it to be transactional, because I believe that there's some relationship that exists like that. Is everybody happy in there? Man, some people are. I wouldn't say it's a majority. But if you want to be at that position, that's fine. Prepare to shut the fuck up.
And I don't think she
You're not
can.
gonna have to say a word on what. No. If I always have to give you money, you're not gonna have to say much.
Exactly. And I don't think that guy gonna let her have this stupid ass podcast and say this BS and embarrass himself and whatever company, organization, everything else he represents, his investments, whatever connections and people. Because that's the thing too. And I only learned about this stuff deeply because I really don't care about other personal lives of other people. But I learned this through Kevin Samuels. These people in this higher echelons, but some of this stuff I know through politics. But when they go to these, I don't know, galas, banquets, dinners, of course they're going to bring their wife there. And if your wife is a public figure and she's embarrassing you, that's going to reflect badly on you. And of course, that's common sense because even if you're not a very, high-ranking figure in terms of politics or got a lot of money, having a wife or a girlfriend that's loud, that's argumentative, combative, ridiculous, what's another word, clingy, overly clingy, she's going to embarrass you in front of your friends. You don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire or make six figures to see the same type of dynamic happen. It happens all the time. Like within my friend group, I'm probably sure your own friend group, you've had friends who had a girlfriend that was probably crazy or clingy, blow up their phone, do all types of crazy shit. And they was embarrassed by that. And you'd be like, damn, why your girl tripping like that? And you don't think he knows she tripping? He knows she was tripping for a long time now. You're just finally seeing it. It's finally sneaking through. And she being so blatant and so aggressive about it. He can't hide it from y'all no more. And he may be hiding it on purpose. He might not even be trying to hide it on purpose. Either way, her behavior is so egregious. It's so bad. It's so immature that now the whole friend group knows. And it's like, damn, like, why your girl tripping? Why your girl crazy? I didn't know your girl was like that. I thought she was chill. I thought she was, this stuff. Nah, she can be. Most of the time she are, but when I do this, and when I mean do this, I mean like when I go and chill with y'all for too long, she start tripping. Not because she think I'm cheating, but she like, I miss you. I want to see you. I want to cuddle with you. Like, I was just fucking home. Certain stuff like that. Or it could be more extreme stuff where you see like online with girls starting fights with guys at bars or in clubs and stuff. and acting all crazy, and then the guy had to jump in to, you know, defend her, and he get knocked out. Like stupid shit like that. You don't have to be a millionaire to suffer the consequences of a woman or a person that you're dating that can't control their emotions or immature or any of these other bad behaviors. So we can all see this.
There's not much you're gonna be able to say because I'm paying you to shut the fuck up.
I don't believe in this whole system. This is not what I think. I don't prioritize financial situations or things like that. I prioritize a set of values, a set of cultural norms and backgrounds that we share in common. That's more important to me. But for a lot of these people, everything starts with finances and pretty much ends right there.
Yeah.
They'll let you cheat. They'll let you break every rule of a sanctimonious relationship if it means you bring ducats. So for them, that's their paradigm. And I think that paradigm fucking sucks. But again, different worlds, different bubbles, different rules. Anything else? No. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. And I agree with Preach completely. If you gonna date a man that made that much money, I highly doubt he's gonna let you say whether crazy wild shit that comes to mind, especially when it makes no sense. Seriously? No. He's not gonna let you embarrass him and mess with his money, his connections, all the stuff that he built up in the past 30, 40 years before your ass walked into the picture and started messing shit up. Come on. Ask him to save you. Come on. No. That's not going to happen. And anybody that says that's controlling, that's abusive, this and the other, shut the fuck up. That she has the freedom to leave at any choice or any time that she chooses to do so. So she's not a slave. She chose to get with that guy because of his money. And that's it. She's so shallow. She's so superficial. She get what she deserves. And I'm not talking about, you know, abuse. I'm talking about, you know, you're my wife. I'm your husband. You say you want the man to lead and take care of everything. Okay, I'm gonna take care of everything. You just make sure you listen to exactly what I say and do what I say. And I'm not gonna lead you astray. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think she could do that. And I would have loved for Kevin Samuels to just have a conversation with her because he would have probably asked those questions. He would have gotten to, you know, the height and the weight and how that doesn't put on the level of the guy that she's talking about. And she's really in the same category of people that she's talking down to. Also at the same time, he'll get into like why you want to get with a guy like this, all these other things. Can you be cooperative? Can you be submissive? And he will probably agree with the most of us that say, at least with her behavior, I highly doubt she can. And would he want to take the chance of her on her and him embarrassing or being embarrassed by her and her behavior and her actions and her words? I think he'll agree with us that the guy probably wouldn't want to do that. Then he'll probably go into the whole podcast thing. Do you think he would keep letting her say stupid shit like this so publicly? I don't think so. Do you think a guy would want to be with a girl like this? I don't think so. Once again, as much as people try to give Kevin Samuels shit because they didn't want to take the time to actually, you know, listen to his content and the purpose of it, they probably would agree with the stuff that he says, especially pertaining to her. She's a prime example of the people that came onto his podcast saying a lot of crazy about shit with no real substance, full of emotions, full of anger, and overconfidence and hubris. Just because you yell, scream, and try to make it sound convincing, doesn't mean it is. But it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's been a while since I've done this type of video, but I had a lot to say. It's your boy Logos. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.